Getting plenty of reps as both a wide receiver and defensive back in camp. He won the Heisman last season, playing both offense and defense for Colorado. Plans to do the same in the NFL for Jacksonville this year. But Davante Adams isn't convinced Hunter should see both sides of the ball. Let's listen.
I don't even think it's possible to do for real, not at a high level. I'm not even concerned so much if he can do it over the course of a game or a season. It's more like, how long is his career going to be? You know, once you get out there playing both sides and now you got to tackle. Yep. You got to tackle Derrick Henry with that frame.
Yo, what it do, man? Welcome to another episode of Li+Sports, man. I'm glad you're here with me. As you can see on the screen, man, the big debate outside of Shedeur Sanders. Can Travis Hunter play both ways in the NFL, man? That's a tall task. So let's get into this video, and we're going to get some commentary to this video also.
All right, Damian, is Travis Hunter more valuable as a wide receiver or as a DB?
I think for the Jacksonville Jaguars, he's more valuable as a wide receiver, even though I think he's a better defensive back. And the reason why I say he's more valuable as a wide receiver, because ultimately the end game for Jacksonville is fixing the quarterback. That's why, like, think about everything that's going on to try to get.
I totally agree with Damian Woody, man. At the end of the day, they done gave a lot of money to Lawrence, and I think Travis Hunter will be a big help. The amount of money that they paying Lawrence, I think first, let's try Travis Hunter at wide receiver.
Get Trevor Lawrence turned around. Liam Cohen obviously had success with Baker Mayfield as the offensive coordinator with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's now the head coach. Mm-hmm. You got Brian Thomas Jr., who had an outstanding first year. Now you double down and you go out and you move up in the draft and you get Travis Hunter, who's going to play. He's going to be on offense, because you gotta get return on your investment with Trevor Lawrence. You're paying Trevor Lawrence like $55 million a year. Right. Okay, and Trevor Lawrence has not shown you yet that he's consistent.
Totally agree. Trevor Lawrence has been a big disappointment with the type of talent he have, with the arm strength, the fact that he can move out the pocket. I thought by now, maybe not a Super Bowl champion, but definitely a top 5 quarterback. He's definitely not a top 5 quarterback.
One of these quarterbacks that we think of as far as these young star quarterbacks that we have in the AFC. And so for me, again, with Travis Hunter, I think Travis Hunter can be like a all-pro type cornerback. I think he can walk into the game and have that type of impact defensively, but I think they need to get Trevor Lawrence rehabilitated. They need to get him going. So I think the offensive side of the ball is where it's going to be.
Mina?
Hey, I totally agree with Woody. I think day one, Travis Hunter can be a Pro Bowl cornerback day one. His build bothers me as a wide receiver, but definitely as a defensive back day one with his skill set, he a ball hawker. So, day one as a rookie, he could be a Pro Bowl cornerback.
I'm so torn on this because, Damian, I agree with you. I think cornerback, to me, is where I see like true superstar
yes.
with him, watching his college tape. And the Jags desperately need help in their pass defense. This was the worst pass defense in the NFL, guys, last year. So it's really hard for me not to watch college tape of Travis Hunter and not imagine him.
So you see the Jags have a little problem right there. First, they want to try to get their return on Lawrence, the $55 million they're paying him a year. And of course, Trevor Hunter on the offensive side of the ball will be a huge help for Lawrence. But at the same time, like she just said, the Jags had the worst pass defense in the league last year. So adding him on that side of the ball would be a great thing for the Jags also. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Jags play the situation this year.
Helping fix that secondary. But Damian is right. The quarterback is the most pressing issue in Jacksonville. And you can envision a world, and I'm sure this is what Liam Cohen, their new head coach and play caller, has in mind, where you have almost a Jamar Chase, T. Higgins-like effect, like how Joe Burrow had when he had a 1A and 1B in Cincinnati, and in the development that ensued with Travis Hunter playing next to Brian Thomas Jr., who's an absolute superstar. If Hunter is the best receiver in this draft, I thought he was, that is a really scary proposition in terms of the passing attack. So I think I understand why Jacksonville is going 80% receiver, 20% corner, even if I do think you're not maximizing Travis Hunter, the individual player, doing it this way?
I think he's more valuable as a defensive back. I think that what you pointed out in terms of the need in their secondary is a big deal. I think anytime your defense is shored up in any kind of way, that obviously helps your offense as well, because it gives you more bites at the apple because you can stop somebody. I think that's something that's important. The other thing that I think is important is something very rudimentary in my eyes, and that is when you're on defense, you're hitting more than you get hit. I understand how physical the sport of football is, but when you're on defense, you're hitting more than you get hit. When you're a wide receiver, you're going to take some hits, especially if you're a primary target. And I think that endangers this guy even more. So, of course, you're going to utilize him. Of course, he's going to be that two-way player. That's what Cohen and Gladstone are saying, and we get that.
I want to talk about Stephen A. last point. That's very important. No matter what position he plays, his health is the most important of all. So we know this is the NFL. This is the grown man sport. It's going to be real difficult for him to play both sides of the ball. And the crazy thing, like we just said, Jacksonville need him on both sides of the ball. Both sides of the ball. Lawrence need him bad, and like she said, they got the worst pass secondary in the league. But he cannot help Jacksonville if he's injured. So, like I keep saying, it's going to be interesting to see how Jacksonville plays this situation. Again, I think he will be a stud on the defensive side of the ball, but Lawrence need that help, and we'll see how Jacksonville play it out.
And we understand why. That's why you moved up to pick him number 12 overall. But in the end, when you look at it and you look at his frame and what have you, Davante Adams did not tell a lie. I mean, you got to go out there. These are men that you're playing with mortgages and livelihoods on the line, okay? And they're looking at you. I don't care how gifted you are. Matter of fact, the more gifted you are, the more physical they want to be with you, because the physicality is the only kind of advantage they can perceive themselves as having against a star athletic dude like Travis Hunter. Right. So the more you expose him on the offensive side of the ball, the more you endanger him. Right. And that's why I say, listen, I view him as a more valuable at the DB spot, not just because he can play, but because of longevity purposes.
Yeah, listen, I think, you had talked about like basically Jacksonville Jaguars are irrelevant, but I think the Travis Hunter situation is the most intriguing going into the regular.
He makes them relevant now. Now that Travis Hunter is on the Jacksonville Jaguar team, he makes Jacksonville a relevant team. Like he said, just by the fact that everybody's so intrigued to him playing both ways, the coverage in Jacksonville has picked up. So Woody is right. Jacksonville is probably not a relevant team, but with Travis Hunter on the team, they're very much relevant now.
The season. Yeah. But here's the thing. I think it would be irresponsible for the Jacksonville Jaguars to play him a lot both ways. Remember, in college, he didn't practice. Deion Sanders didn't practice Travis Hunter at all because he played so many snaps in the game. You can't do that in the pros. You have to literally work on your skills because you are playing against the best of the best every single week. That's a great point. And so for me, like, again, I go back to, well, what's really at the end of the day, what's most important for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Get your quarterback back on track. That's why I lean towards a wide receiver position over cornerback.
Yeah, makes sense. We'll leave it there, guys.
Okay, we're going to stop it right there. Hey, man, in my final opinion about this, like I said, Travis Hunter, day one on defensive back, man, pencil man is a Pro Bowler, Hall of Famer. But I really think Jacksonville really need to utilize him as a wide receiver. Jacksonville has to get that return on Trevor Lawrence. They gave this guy $55 million, and quite frankly, he hasn't delivered. He is not a top 5 quarterback. He's not even mentioned in that category. So hopefully they'll come up with a package on offense that allows Trevor Lawrence to utilize Travis Hunter, but definitely on defense. And again, they need him on defense. They had the worst passing defense in the NFL. So Travis Hunter is needed all over that team. So we're going to see how it play out. You already know. Till the next time, CR Sports. Get at me.
Your boy Acoustics. Yep. Your boy Big Lou. Lou, baby. Yeah. Hey. Yo,